you're settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Old friend, why are you so shy? It ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah. You know how the time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over yet. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes their memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah, yeah.
89.3, The Current. Live in studio here, we've got Adele, and I hope that you were able to pull over there as you listened to that before you rammed the car in front of you or got into some sort of accident, because
that was amazing.
that was absolutely
Thank you very
spellbinding.
much. Thank you.
It was amazing. Steve Seal and Jill Riley here with you on the morning show on 89.3 The Current. We're so glad to have Adele here with us. That is called Someone Like You, and that's a new song.
It is, yeah. It's on the second record, yeah.
It's the second record. When can we expect a second record from you?
Early 2011, at some point, yeah.
So what are you going to call it?
21. I was going to call it Rolling in the Deep, which is like the first song that everyone's, well, not the first song, because this is the first song everyone's going to hear, but it's a bit of a mouthful, and I think it might be a bit like Chinese whispers and turn into something else. Like my drummer thought it was called Rolling in the Beat, Whereas 21, numbers are kind of universal. It's not a language, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I went for 21.
Do you think that's a trend that you'll stay with? So 19, 21?
Maybe. I mean, I do actually think that 21's the only good sounding number left, because like 34 is a bit funny, isn't
45.
it? But the third record would be like 60 or something. Can have a long vacation.
Exactly. Would you introduce who's here with you?
Yes, I have Miles Robertson on keys and piano next to me on my right, and Ben Thomas on my left on guitar.
We'll hear from Ben here in just a moment. So this has been quite a run for you here since we saw you last. You were here with us a couple of years ago, and things pretty much had just exploded, I suppose, for you when you visited us last. And you've won a couple of Grammys since then. What was it like winning 2 Grammys?
Very, very surreal. Very, very surreal. Amazing. I felt very out of place there. I sort of thought someone was going to come and tell me to not sit in that seat and get up and get out. So yeah, it felt very odd there, but it was amazing. It was incredible.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I have to ask about that because did you know just how many people were going to be watching? Because that was when Tina Fey was doing her big Sarah Palin
So it was
act.
like the resurgence of Saturday Night Live with all that audience. It was immense.
The political figure that everyone loved to make fun of at that time. So did you feel nervous or a lot of pressure knowing that many people were going to be watching? Or did you know that many people were going to be watching?
I didn't know at first. We don't get SNL in England, and I've seen like some kind of infamous episodes on YouTube, whatever, from the past. But I wasn't really. I was very aware of the Tina Fey, Sarah Palin impression, just because it got everywhere in England and stuff like that. But not from it, SNL being shown. So I didn't know how many people were watching it. And then the night before, someone that I worked with found out that the real Sarah Palin was going to be on the show. And then I suddenly thought that a lot of people probably be watching because I've had to mess up or something. I don't know, but I got really, really scared. And but the atmosphere, like in the kind of wings and in the back, and everyone came. There was Alec Baldwin there, like Marky Mark. It was electric, which made me more nervous. But I was. You can see it in my face. When I watched it back, I look like I'm about to pee myself, like But yeah, it was incredible. But only after did I realise how massive it was, as I sort of kind of refreshed the page and saw my album creeping up the iTunes chart in a matter of minutes.
Were you in a matter of minutes? Exactly. Yeah. I mean, were you?
It was literally like the next morning.
Right.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
So immediately afterward, were you happy with your performance?
I mean, I always think I can do better, and I never love what I do. I don't really rate myself very much, but everyone around me said it was good enough. So
good enough.
Right.
That'll do,
That's
Adele.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what would you say that you've learned after having been at it for a couple of years? Since you've been at it for longer than that, but since the big breakthrough, have there been particular things that there's no way you could have known at the time when you were really first exploding back then?
I'm not sure, really. I definitely don't take anything for granted anymore. Not that I ever really did, but I never really understood like how effective certain things were, or never really kind of thought about my audience very much, as in like what they might like, what they might not like, whatever. And I think I'm more aware of that now. But not really. I don't really. No, I think I've always. I don't know. I'll take each day as it comes. I don't really mind.
This is something I find interesting. Now, when you were first becoming successful, you were compared to a lot of other female artists, as a lot of female artists probably experienced this. Oh, she must be the next.
Blah-de-de-blah. She must be the next Amy Winehouse. She must be the next, yes.
The next Duffy. But you were kind of said something like, that it was frustrating and it was exciting to be a part of the next wave of British invasion, but being a woman is not a genre.
Yeah.
So comment on that.
I thought it was quite inevitable, to be honest, as a new artist, to be compared to contemporaries and old school artists. And obviously, as me and Duffy come out at the same time, and as we came, everyone everywhere was still obsessed with Amy, and obviously Amy Winehouse is from England as well. So I think people just kind of assumed that we're all similar, and I really do think it's lazy journalism and lazy comparisons. It's like, why are you a journalist if you can't be bothered to actually write something proper? Do you know what I mean? But I thought it was inevitable, and as my career went on, and as Amy kind of went back and did her thing and was concentrating on her third record, and as more Duffy kind of exploded as well, it wasn't introductory pieces anymore, so we weren't being compared to each other. It was more about what we'd achieved or what we were planning to do next, whatever. But I don't mind. I love all the girls, and all I meant was that it's sort of like everyone seems to think that because we're all women, we all like sing Motown, and we don't. Do you know what I mean? That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I was never frustrated by it at all.
What are some of the comparisons you've had to, classic artists that have been actually flattering for you?
A lot of people mention Etta James, but I think that's because I go on about her so much that maybe they can't think of anyone else to say. I don't know. Everyone I get compared to is flattering. Really is.
We're in studio here with Adele. It's on 89.3 The Current. Steve Seal and Jill Riley. So happy to have her here on the morning show. And I understand you're going to do something else here from the forthcoming record.
Yeah.
Is that right? What are you going to do? And tell us a little bit about it.
I'm going to sing Rolling in the Deep, which is the first single. And I call it gospel disco or disco gospel. I got really into Wanda Jackson, who's not gospel disco, she's rockabilly. But I got really into how gritty and kind of dirty she was, and her voice is just insane. So I kind of influenced this song, really. And it's a lot more lively. It doesn't sound anything like anything off of the first record. But songs like Someone Like You obviously tie this record in with the first one. But yeah, I was playing a lot of live shows, and towards the end there were bigger venues that were all standing. And when I go and see a show, if it's all ballads, I get really itchy legs, and I get a little bit like, So I thought I should throw in a couple of kind of upbeat ones so they can kind of work their legs a little bit. And I did this with a guy called Paul Letworth, who's amazing, and he's kind of known for being very indie. He did like Maximo Park and Block Party and Friendly Fires.
Oh, yeah.
So it was my manager's idea for us to work together, and I'd met him previously because he produced one of my friend Jack Pignate's second record that I did some backing vocals on. Mm-hmm. So when my manager suggested it, I thought, this ain't going to work, but I'll go and get a bit drunk, whatever, with him. I thought we'd just go to the pub. And we wrote this and another song in our first session. We got on really well, and it was really amazing for me to work with someone who usually does one thing, but ended up doing kind of like a gospel soul thing. And I thought I'd end up writing with a pop writer and come up with something like Chasing Pavements again, as opposed to something a bit more like this.
All right, well, let's take a listen to it. Rolling in the Deep from Adele's forthcoming record, 21, live on 89.3 The Current.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your bed. See how I'll leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you have my heart and glory blessings to find what you look for. Turn my sorrow into treasured gold. You pay me back in kind and reap just what you sow. We could have had it all. We could have had it all. It all, it all, it all. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. You had my heart instead of your hands, and you played it to the beat. Could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. You had my heart instead of your hands, but you played it, you played it, played it, you played it to the beat.
A studio on the Currents Morning Show with Steve Seal, and I'm Jill Riley. That was called Rolling in the Deep, and you can find that on Adele's forthcoming new record. Sometime in 2011, it's going to be called 21, and that was fun.
Thank you.
My legs were not restless. They were kind of restless because they were moving a lot. But yeah, that was a really cool song. So, Adele, do you feel like there's a method to your songwriting? And, where do you get away to write songs?
I can never write when I'm on the road, which is sometimes annoying because sometimes, even though it's nice to have a break, I would have preferred to gone straight into the second record from the first record and not disappeared for a while, just because I enjoy it so much. But I always have to write when I'm at home, and it takes a lot. Something has to happen. I mean, I can't make up stories in my head to write about them. And I've noticed a running theme that they're all about boys all the time. So that's the only thing that I can say is consistent with my writing. Usually my ideas come to me when I get up to get a glass of water or go to the bathroom at 3 a.m, and I record it on my phone.
And you record it on your phone, really?
Yeah.
That's become the typical default method of capturing ideas.
Yeah.
And why not?
Yeah,
You
but
might
if
as
I
well get
lose
'em
the
at
phone, it's
in
pretty
that
tragic.
second, exactly. Yeah, right. So, do you worry about matching the success of your first record or having to live up to being successful so soon? Like for the second record, or do you just not let that into your mind at all?
I'm not really concerned about it as long as I still get to play to people and tour, But sales and figures, I'm not really bothered by, really, to be honest.
You're just kind of making your art and
Yeah,
doing
I mean,
what
of
you
course,
do.
I would love for as many people as possible to hear it, but I'm not kind of condoning illegal downloading. But if someone got my record for free and then came to a show, that's more important to me than getting that $1 or whatever from the record. Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of live. It's just amazing. It's wicked.
Well, you mentioned sort of getting into Wanda Jackson recently. Is that something that has happened sort of between the first record and the second one?
Yeah, it
had
happened
you been into it before?
I think it was as I turned 21, actually. I think it was in May. I was in New York, and a friend of mine recommended her song Funnel of Love for me to cover at the Hollywood Bowl late in, I think it was June or July I played, I can't remember. And it was, we didn't have time to learn it, but I got into that, and I just think she's awesome, as you lot say. And yeah, I've just got into all of her back catalogue, really. No specific records, just essentials and all that. That's how I kind of get into singers. But yeah, it's had a massive part to do with this new record, massive.
Yeah, you're not alone. I mean, she's having sort of a resurgence. Isn't
Yeah,
she?
I know. I remember telling Jack White about her. Yeah.
You told Jack White about
No, I'm joking. I meant we were talking about her when I saw him in Nashville. Yeah.
Awesome.
So have you made any other musical discoveries, old or new?
Well, I've really got into Alison Krauss. I might have mentioned this last time I was here. I don't know. It's been a while, but my favourite record, the last couple of years is that Raising Sand record by Robert
That's
Plant,
that's
Alison,
great.
Yeah, and T-Bone Burnett. And I really got into T-Bone Burnett as an artist as well, actually, through that record. But I just fell in love with Alison Krauss's voice, and I really got into country, and I fall in love with Lady Antebellum and stuff like that, and Sugarland after I performed with them. So yeah, I think kind of country has really opened up. It's not a big thing or a big deal in England. Do you know what I mean, we kind of get a bit Taylor Swift and stuff like that over there, who I love as well. But my old bus driver, B. Haley, used to be rocking out in the front late at night to country music when he was doing long drives, and I used to go out with him and have a cigarette, and he used to make me mixtapes and all sorts. So that's probably, in general, country's my biggest Discovery.
That's amazing. Mixtapes from the bus driver.
Yeah,
That's
he's so cool,
awesome.
wasn't he? He was amazing. Yeah, amazing. I really hope he can be my driver again.
Well, you have to think, a bus driver, he's had to been exposed to so many people and so many musicians. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Are you still living in London?
Yeah. I bought a house. Me and my mum are back together at last. Anyone who knows me knows I'm obsessed with my mum and that I moved out and then I couldn't really deal with life. So we've moved back in together, which is lovely. And I got a dog.
Did you? What kind of dog did you
A
get?
wiener dog.
A wiener
A
dog?
wiener
really?
dog, yeah, like from Toy Story.
Name?
Louis Armstrong.
Do you call him Louis, or
Yeah,
do you
I
have
call
to
him-
use the full
No,
Louis
I
Armstrong?
call
Only
him
when he's
Louis.
naughty.
Yeah, I call him Louis. He was barking when I first got him. Like literally the first couple of days I got him, I was playing Stone Cold Dead in the Market by Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, and he was barking along. His name was Aaron before that, which is just an awful name for a dog. And I'm really sorry if your dog's called Aaron, but it's just a bad name for a dog. So when he was, and he never responded to me. So Louis, he loves, and he looks like a little Louis.
He looks like a Louis. Nice. We really appreciate you stopping in here today again. We
Thank
hope
you
that you
so
will come
much
back.
for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
It's certainly our pleasure. Adele, who has got a new record coming out sometime in the new year. Early in the new year?
Yeah.
Okay, and thanks to our engineer, Michael DeMarc,
you.
today, and Lindsay Kimball for producing here today as well. Miles on keys, Ben on guitar. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, boys.
All right, thank you so much. So we're going to go out with a classic Adele song. And it's my understanding that you're going to do kind of a different take
Yeah,
of
I
this
think
song.
so. Only slightly, but the shows, it'll be very different, yeah.
All right, well, let's take a listen. Adele, Chasing Pavements,
Thank
in
you.
studio on 89.3 The Current. Thanks again.
Thanks.
I've made up my mind. Don't need to think it over. If I'm wrong, I am right. Don't need to look no further. This ain't lust. I know this is love. But if I tell the world I'll never say enough, 'cause it was not said to you, and that's exactly what I need to do. If I end up with you, should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah, I build myself up, then I fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle finally. Could this be it? Or should I give up? Or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah. Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Oh, would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep on chasing pavements,